Nebraska proud. What does that mean? Being with the people you enjoy most while doing what you love. This is Living reveals how we simple folk have found that little hidden secret to working smarter, not harder, without the headaches of traffic jams, pollution, or fast-forward life. A place where you could savor the small moments and still dream big. Proud, simple, smart. This is Living. Anybody who travels a Nebraska roadside will no doubt see a cornfield. For those of us who live here, that is a field planted, cultivated, and harvested by the men and women we call family and friends. For those passing through, it's just a field of corn. Yet beyond that corn are some of the best names in entertainment and business. This is Living unveils the people who pioneered business, what some would call the middle of nowhere, industries that touched the globe, hidden treasures few know about.
Lay your pretty head down on my shoulder.
Lonnie Senstock is my guest today, a man from small-town Nebraska, who's made his way as a writer, director, and actor. His filmography includes About Schmidt, Richard Pryor's Life Behind the Scenes, Lucille Ball's Family Secret, and the latest, Once in a Blue Moon, about the #1 screenwriter professor from UCLA, a man also from small-town Nebraska. Lonnie joins me today to talk about how he got his foot in the door in Hollywood, what inspires him, and the real story about Lou Hunter, whose life work has affected Hollywood big hitters like Steven Spielberg and John Bokenkamp. Lonnie Senstock, haven't seen this guy forever, and so happy to see you once again. How many years has it been?
At least 6, I think. Yeah, it's been that long.
Okay, so it's been that long. What you don't know is he's from Hastings, Nebraska, grew up in what most people would call Podunk Nowhereville, but it's the perfect of our Nowhereville,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about your upbringing just a little bit, because I think you can't start talking about what you do and what makes you passionate until you know where did it all come from. Where did it all come from?
If I could be candid, that's okay. It came from...
No, please lie.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
I think it came from, for me, I had always felt, and this is probably the best analogy, if you ever saw the movie Footloose, which I think a lot of people have,
Yeah.
I always felt like I was a part of the farm system, like when I moved, but I was always singing and interested in the pop culture, like Michael Jackson. I was always singing and doing those things, and that didn't really fit into a lot of the farm communities, which makes sense.
Right.
You know, and so I always felt a little different that way. You know, I wasn't working 8 to 5, and I wasn't interested in mowing and plowing and, you know, all the things that, you know, good farm kids do, and I love that.
Yeah, but what were you interested in? Because I don't think you going in the middle of a metal building and start doing flips off of like iron rods is something I could see you doing.
Yeah, that's how I did. I started out breakdancing, so that's actually a true statement.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I did. I used to
Hence,
breakdance.
this is why we're having this interview.
Yeah, we had to have this interview to see where it all began. Actually, no, I did get involved in gymnastics. That's where it all began, and I always kind of did that since I was little. And a lot of my family on my mom's side are entertainers. You know, they did a lot of singing and music, so it was pretty much in the family. But I always wanted to take it to another level.
Okay, stop there. Take it to another level. Okay, so you're talking about, you know, the farmers, they did this. A lot of them are out, you know, they're booze cruising. You know,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's the reality of it. A little bit bored. When you were out doing things, what was it that you were doing that you were seeing outside the box that led to going to the breakdancing and going into all that other stuff?
That's a great question. I'll be honest with you, I was raised pretty rough. I mean, I was booze cruising too, but that was more to fit in to the area where I was at, because, you know, my friends all fished and, you know, they all did the things that I still love to do, and I'm a farm kid by heart, I really am. But there was always something within me that wanted to work in the film industry, because my mother sang, Again, I was watching my older uncles do all the old country.
I want to park there for a minute because you said a few times your mom sang.
Yeah.
You know, there's singers, there's good singers, there's great singers. Then there's some that they never got their break. Where was your mom in that kind of?
Oh, my mom was just farm, you know, just local. I mean, but
it touched your soul.
absolutely. I was raised on Elvis. You know, I was raised on the old country. You know, Merle Haggard, and you know, and you know, all my friends were.
If you shiver your lip, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with this interview. Okay.
So you know, it was. She raised me on all of that, and my uncles always sang, and I lived with sometimes my uncles and my mom would live together. You know, just as I had an uncle that had arthritis really bad.
Okay.
But he was a beautiful singer, and you know, he would always sit around and play the piano. So it was always
With
something,
arthritis?
Oh, yeah, and played guitar. He was an amazing singer, and so it was always around the family.
Okay, so there was a real creative part, and you feel like that came a lot from your mom. Now, what did your dad do?
My father was it's such a cliche explanation, but it's a great explanation. He was very into weightlifting. He was a bodybuilding kind of guy, and he was a mechanic. Real tough guy, but also very kind, you know.
Uh-huh.
So.
Kind of like you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, and I've known you how many years now?
It's been a long time, since 2006, I think.
I think I've never met a more compassionate person who wants to see other people succeed than you. And I mean that.
Yeah.
Your documentaries, and we'll get to those in just a minute, tell me everything I need to know about you, in that you're not telling a story about you and your stardom. You're telling the story of people, how they got where they are, and it's very compelling. Let's fast forward. Where did you get to the point where you said, you know what? I'm going to start producing, directing, filming. I'm going to make this happen. When did that start?
That really started for me right after the film about Schmidt, from Alexander Payne's film.
Okay, so people who don't know about that, because that's a huge film. Jack Nicholson is in it. Is he not?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and he's a little weird, so that fits in with, you know, your
Yeah,
whole family and
yeah,
Elvis.
absolutely. Yeah, the whole Elvis thing. Yeah. So, and the reason why was because, and this is going to sound a little bit odd, for people who act or sing, they do get to a point where they say, I want to start doing stuff that matters. So later on in years, people say, what inspired you? It was always the underdog stories.